In this video, we will discuss about fights and arguments in marriage. Many people came to me, they were experiencing lots of fights and arguments in the marriage. So here are some combinations that I have written, which if you find in the chart, it can show that there can be fights, arguments. Okay, Mars, Ketu and Sun are the karka of fights. Ketu acts like Mars, so that's why Ketu also can represent fights, especially if Ketu is connected with your Mars or Aries sign, or even in Scorpio it can do it, or if it is badly afflicted by Sun, then it can cause fights and arguments. Okay, all nakshatras and signs ruled by Sun, Mars, and Ketu. Saturn shows use of foul, bad language. Okay, so Saturn connection also can give you this type of trait, but for fights and arguments, Mars is important. Mars is the karka of arguments. Okay, if we rate them, then Mars will get the 5 points, Ketu and Sun 4 points, and Saturn 3 points. Okay, so when you have Mars and Venus, Mars Rahu, Mars Sun, Mars Moon, okay, mutual aspect or conjunction, and you have to understand that even Mars, these conjunctions should be like within 10 degrees to give you fights and arguments to that extent. Okay, and in Nadi astrology, trine is also counted. So if these planets are trine from each other, then also they will show fights and arguments. Okay, then we have Manglik dosha in the chart. So if there is Manglik dosha in the chart, when Manglik dosha happens, 1, 2, 4, 7, 8 and 12th, when Mars is in these houses, Manglik dosha happens. So when you have Manglik dosha, then there can be fights, arguments, incompatibility in the marriage. Virgo sign is very prominent. Virgo, okay, it's a sign of fights, obstacles. 6th house is a sign of fights, obstacles. So when 7th house Dara Karka is connected with Virgo sign or 6th house, these things can happen. Okay, then for male, Venus is the karka of wife and Mars is the karka of husband from Nadi astrology. So if these are connected to 6th house or Virgo sign or these malefic planets, then also there can be fights and arguments in the marriage. Rahu Ketu in 2, 8, 1, 7, 4, 10 in D1 or D9 can also cause fights, arguments in marriage. Then afflicted 2nd house or 8th house in D1 or D9 can also cause fights and arguments in marriage, because 8th house is the house of speech. Any planet sitting here will aspect your 8th house, and 8th house is the house of speech of your partner. So both are connected. So D9 will show how your speech will be with your partner in the after marriage. So both D1 and D9 should be considered to check about fights, arguments in the marriage. Okay, what I have seen is when Sun, Mars, Rahu, Ketu, Saturn are badly connected with the 7th house, then fights, arguments happen. Or with Venus, which is the karka of harmony. See, Venus is the important planet for love and marriage for both male and female, and Venus position in Navamsha is very important to determine if there will be harmony and peace in your marriage or not. Then Libra sign. So in the D9 chart, if your Venus is not good, it is afflicted by Mars, Sun, Rahu, Saturn. Basically, Saturn and Venus will not cause arguments, but that detachment will happen. Or Virgo or 6th house, then there can be lack of harmony in marriage, lack of peace in marriage. So Venus is important. Then Libra sign of relationship should be not afflicted by malefics. So normally and generally if we talk, then Mars Ketu Sun connection with the 7th house can cause arguments. Purva Falguni Nakshatra also causes arguments. Uttara Falguni, Ardra Nakshatra, Purva Bhadra Nakshatra, all nakshatras ruled by Mars, Sun and Ketu will cause fights and arguments. Ashlesha Nakshatra can also create mind games, manipulation. So these are some nakshatras which may cause fights and arguments in marriage. Okay, so you should read your Navamsha chart, but D1 is also very important because D1 is the tree, Navamsha is the fruit, so the root should also be strong. So okay, so this way you have to check. I'll explain this with the help of an example chart. This is a chart of a lady. She is married and she is extremely argumentative. We see that Sun and Mars are in the first house. So Sun in the first house in birth or Davamsha, or Mars in the first house can also create these type of situation of arguments. Okay, Rahu is also the cause because Rahu is obsession. So once you indulge in fight, then you just want to win at any cost, and you will not stop unless and until you win that argument. So here we see Rahu is in Scorpio, very possessive kind of person she is. Sun and Mars, although Mars is exalted, but it doesn't matter because Mars is becoming strong here. When malefics become strong, then they create lots of dominating energy in you. You become very dominating. You want to win at any cost when any malefic becomes strong. In both D1 and D9, she has Sun in the first house, so she is very dominating lady. So that's why she is very argumentative. Then Moon is also debilitated, which shows mind is not stable. And one thing more I have written here is Mars and Saturn mutual aspect. Okay, Mars and Saturn mutual aspect, which is present in her chart. And then Pap Kartri Yoga means malefics both side of 7th house in D1 or D9. Rahu is aspecting, Sun, Mars are aspecting. 7th Lord Moon goes here, although it's with benefics. That's why her husband was very soft, very calm, very submissive. The D9 Sun in the first house, and she has 3 malefics in the Kendra. Also, if you have malefics in all the Kendras, that also creates fights and arguments in marriage. Okay, so that's why she is just like this, very argumentative lady, very dominating lady. She is very dominating and argumentative lady. Okay, Mars is with one malefic Sun, and Sun in the first house. Mars Saturn mutual aspect. Okay, so we can see her chart clearly. Dara Karka is Moon, Sun is Atma Karka. So when Sun is Atma Karka, she does what she likes, and that's why no one can control her, and that's her trait in the marriage also. Here also I have written Sun in the first house and the 7th house. Okay, so these are some traits which shows there will be fights and arguments in the marriage. So if you have a chart like this, then marry someone who is compatible with you. Now compatibility here does not mean you will marry someone who is exactly opposite to your traits. Marry someone who is compatible with you, like have same placements, and Navamsha birth is matching. Same placements, opposite placements are better for good compatibility. Same and opposite, it really works. Okay, so whenever Mars, Sun, Saturn, they are connected with your 7th house, they create fights and arguments. But Mars can also give you a very passionate, energetic and supportive spouse. It all depends upon how it is posited and what is the position of this Mars in the divisional charts. What is the position of the 7th house in the divisional charts? Check all the divisional charts. And Trim Shamsa chart is very important to tell you about the peace in marriage. The first house and the eighth house of the Trim Shamsa chart. So check the position of the Mars in the divisional charts. Trim Shamsa chart is also important. Like there should not be malefics in the first house or the eighth house of the Trim Shamsa chart to give you harmony in marriage. Then Jupiter should be good for female. For male, Venus should be good to give you harmonious marriage. If benefics are connected with your seventh house, then it will nullify the effects of the malefics. But only if malefics are connected with the seventh house and benefics are not connected with the seventh house, then it will give fights and arguments in marriage. So connection of benefics is very important for peace and happiness. Okay. Now benefics may be ruling sixth house. Yes, if they are ruling sixth house, it's a problem, but still benefics will give their benefic impact just like malefics give their malefic impact. So both will give their impact. Even if they are ruling the sixth house, it doesn't matter. Okay, so even like Saturn can give you a very, very loyal spouse. Sun can give you a very, very strong personality spouse, someone who is a leader, someone who can do anything for you, someone who protects you, someone who makes efforts for you. Ketu can give you a very, very loyal, devoted and dedicated spouse. But they should have some benefic connection. Without any benefic connection, they are not going to do that. And your Navamsha, which is your destiny, is very important. Then your Upapad Lagna, the second house of Upapad Lagna, these things should also be analyzed. So if you want to analyze your marriage, you should check your birth, Navamsha, Upapad, all of these three, Trim Shamsa, the first and the eighth house of Trim Shamsa, and then find out all in all how much score you are getting. Okay, benefic connection with the seventh house is must to give you a harmonious marriage. Okay, I'm not saying that a malefic connection to the seventh will only give fights and arguments, but somewhere benefic connection should be there, right? Now I don't care Saturn, Sun, they are exalted or whatever, but when they connect with the marriage houses, they create problem. Okay, especially Sun, Mars in the water sign are better than fiery sign. Okay, earth sign also they are better, but not in Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Mars. They are argumentative and they are very possessive. Okay, so sign is also important. Water signs are better, like Sun is in the Pisces or Mars in the Pisces. It's not going to give that much argument. Okay, so fiery sign, earth sign, water sign, air sign, all these matters. Mars and Gemini is a sign of letting go. Libra is very harmonious. Aquarius is also good. Aquarius will also not give you argumentative partner. With Mars in Aquarius, with Sun in Aquarius it can give, but with Mars in Aquarius, no. A man had Sun in the 7th house in D9 chart in Cancer. His wife is very, very supportive. Husband is very detached. He doesn't care, but wife is very supportive and is not argumentative at all. Okay. So Cancer is a sign of nurturing, caring. So these things also count. Okay, like in which sign they are. Aries is a sign of arguments. Okay. Taurus is okay sign. Is a sign ruled by Venus. Is good. Virgo creates arguments. Gemini is harmonious, so it will not create arguments that much. Aquarius can argue, Capricorn can argue, Sagittarius, they are wise and matured. They like, we not say argue, but they talk with you. If there's a matter, they want to talk maturely. Leo will argue. Gemini can also argue. It depends what position you have. Gemini can argue, but they let go. because it's a sign of harmony and peace. Cancer will not, Virgo can, Libra will not, Taurus will also generally not. So benefic connection is very very important to tell you if there will be no fights and arguments in your marriage. Then check your upapad and all. Signs also matter. So please check the signs also. That will tell you what kind of partner you will have. Then nakshatras. Ardra nakshatra can argue very much. Virgo sign, Ardra nakshatra, Purvabhadra nakshatra, Satabisha nakshatra, Swati can also fight. All Mars, Ketu, Sun nakshatras. So these also you have to check. Okay. Purva Falguni nakshatra is also very argumentative. Jyeshtha nakshatra. So this you have to check properly and it will tell you. So thank you so much. I hope this video was helpful. May God bless you. Take care. Bye.